Hey guys, gonna do a review of my 2024 Nissan Frontier. I know there's a few different videos of Frontiers already. I didn't find many of the 2024s. And being that I am a previous Tacoma owner and had been with Toyota for quite a while, thought it'd be interesting to do a video of my brand new 2024 Nissan Frontier. So we'll go over the exterior first. Really love this solid black color. They did have the boulder gray option and a white one. The boulder gray was really cool. It just, in certain lighting, it looked kind of baby blue, and it's just not really my thing. I actually was gonna go with the white, but after looking them over and just kind of, thinking about it, I ended up going with the black one, which I thought was super nice, to be quite honest. Really love these alloy wheels. I think the rims are really nice. The orange accent on the Nissan as well kind of makes that pop. And I know that I could have probably gotten another Tacoma that would have came with some alloy wheels as well, but for a huge difference in price, right? So these are really cool. I really like the way they looked. My TRD off-road Tacoma did have some side steps on there that it came with because it was a TRD off-road, but they were kind of cheap, and I live on the coast, on the Gulf of Mexico, and with all that sand and that salt on there, there's a lot of rust that happens here. So these have like a rhino line texture, very rugged, very rough, so these are probably going to last me quite a bit longer. Did also come with the Bilstein shocks. I can't really get in there to show you, but came with those Bilstein suspension, which in my point of view, I wasn't too excited about it. That's kind of what I had in my Tacoma pretty much, so nothing different. I think one of the big things that got me here, and just quite honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I was going more for the looks at this point, and I really like these red tow hooks that the Pro4x had, and also the skid plate. So my TRD off-road had a skid plate. It was already kind of rusted out. Had it for quite a while, taking it to the beach quite a bit, so that was something that I knew was already kind of messed up. The skid plate here is pretty nice. I like the placement for it, where it's at. I don't really feel like a lot of sand is going to come in here and sit in there either. That was a problem I had with my Tacoma. All right, so this was another huge thing that I really liked. So it's kind of small. A lot of you may not feel the same way as me, but I guess having a Tacoma for as long as I did, I was really bored with the interior and just the way it was. It was just a silver Tacoma. Didn't really have anything that popped on it. I really like the emblem, the Nissan emblem. I think this orange just really makes it pop, especially on the black. The grill I think is really nice, especially because it says Frontier on here, but you can even buy some stickers to make that pop a little more if that's what you're into. The lights, I think those lights just look sexy, man. They look so nice. When they turned it on and I saw those headlights turn on, that was a huge deal for me. The Tacoma just had those was it halogen lights, yellow lights. I did put LEDs in it. It never worked the way that I wanted it to. The lights didn't shine where I wanted them to. I never got to adjust it properly. So I just never really happy with the lights that I had on my Tacoma. So seeing these lights here on the Frontier, I thought was just wow. It just looked so nice, especially if it's a brand new truck, right? But the fog lights as well, LEDs, and then those red tow hooks at the bottom, it just really makes it pop. Not even a fan of red at all. A huge Dallas Cowboys fan, so really I'd much rather have like silver or blue, but again, I just thought it looked really nice with that black on there as well. So the only thing that I wasn't too happy about with the Frontier, I had to buy my own hitch. It didn't come with the hitch, which I thought was honestly ridiculous. That was kind of a huge deal that I honestly didn't want to buy it at that point, because I have a camper, pop-up camper, and I need to move that camper every now and then. So was really bummed out that there was no hitch. Actually, purchased this hitch myself with the wiring harness for the trailer. Was really bummed out that it wasn't already on there. But I'll show you guys right now why I ended up going with this truck anyway. So that was one of the things that I wasn't too happy about. Another thing that I guess was kind of like a con, the truck, the bed has no lining. Sorry, I know there's a rope in here. I just pulled someone out this weekend, so I just have it in here. But as you can see, there's already a lot of scratches on the tailgate. I've only had this truck for about 2-3 weeks. I do kayak fishing as well, so hence that's why you see a lot of the scratches. You know, I didn't really care about scratching up the tailgate because I know I'm gonna either put like a plastic bedding around it or spray some rhino line. So I wasn't too concerned about it, but I was pretty bummed out that it didn't already have that. Again, because it's a Pro4X, you would think it would come with these things. Another thing I wasn't too ecstatic about was that it didn't have the outlet here on the outside. You know, I completely understand it's not the highest trim, but you know, being that it is a Pro4X, I definitely thought it would have had it. But again, wasn't a deal breaker for me because of a lot of other things that I really liked about this truck. Alright, so here's the interior. So honestly, I thought it was very nice. Once I opened this truck up, I fell in love. I'm not gonna lie. These seats are beautiful. The orange stitching is super nice. The shifter, I mean, even this little handle looking thing here at the bottom, really nice, you know. And get in here, the steering wheel has the stitching as well. I don't know if you can see it there. It has it there on the inside. The logo looks really cool. Dash itself also has that orange accent. The center console as well. Thought it looked really nice. You know, sitting in here, coming from a TRD off-road Tacoma 2015, right? Didn't have really all the bells and whistles, and so sitting in this truck, you know, with this screen, with these orange accents, the stitching, you know, just everything, it being all black interior. This is really what got me, was the interior. You know, I like that it's real simple, doesn't have a lot of buttons, nothing crazy here. It still came with my rear lockers, got my traction control there. We don't really have any steep hills or anything like that, so I've never used this feature, but these are all things I had in my Tacoma TRD off-road. Yeah, the Tacoma had like some grayish interior. It was just really plain. And I know, you know, Tacoma, I know, is, you're buying reliability when it comes to Tacoma. You're not buying the bells and whistles. I've never been a bells and whistle type of guy. You know, if anything, I've honestly purchased vehicles that had the least bells and whistles, because I know that I like to go to the beach and I like to fish and I like to do things that are gonna, you know, cause my truck to get dirty. I've never wanted to have like a brand new vehicle that I'm gonna worry about so much, and that's what I ended up getting, you know. And I got a really nice truck that, I'm not gonna lie, I've been super anal about getting dirty. You know, my poor kids, every time they get in here, pretty much take them a whole shower before I get them in this truck because I don't want to get it dirty. But what I'm trying to get to is that this truck is nice. It has the bells and whistles, you know, and although it's not, you know, the highest trim of the Pro4X, the one that comes with the leather seats and the seat warmers, or, you know, I don't get the 360 camera or any of that stuff. I think what this truck has is just really cool. The back seats as well, you know, and I got kids, as you can see. I really wanted to get, you know, the leather seats and at least get a cover or something, but man, these seats are so nice. I really don't even think I'm gonna be, you know, covering them because of how nice they are. And here's the back, and I do have 3 kids, all boys, so it can get a little tight back here, but it's not so bad. Tacoma was probably a little bit smaller, so nothing that they're not already used to. Love that it has the ports back here as well. Thought that was really cool. Also, give me a sec here. Under the seats, I can't pick the other one up, but you do have these storage, you know, compartments, so it's really cool. And no, I did not pay the extra for these backpacks. They, you know, I had them give these to me. I walked out of there a couple times just to see what kind of, I walked out of the dealership a couple times just to see what kind of deals I can get. So they got me those backpacks. They got me these weatherproof mats, which I thought were really cool. I was super happy that they hooked me up with those. I got them in the front as well. Under the mats, they still left me the stock, the stock mats that come with it, but these all-weather mats are really cool. All right, guys, so probably unfair to compare this interior to a Tacoma TRD off-road, especially a 2015. We all know Tacomas are not known for the bells and whistles. They're known for their reliability, right? So, you know, and coming from the Tacoma, you know, I love Tacoma. I love Toyota. If I had the money, I'll be honest, I probably would have gotten 2024 Tacoma. But, you know, going through research and just kind of thinking about the experiences that I've had in the past, and, you know, from when I used to do a lot of off-roading and stuff like that, I started thinking about all the Nissans and the Xteras and the Frontiers that had been around. Everyone I know that had a Frontier or Xterra still has those vehicles. You know, so the biggest thing that you want when it comes to a Tacoma is reliability. And honestly, I felt like I was still getting that with Nissan. You know, going through all the research that I had already done prior, I thought it would be a really good idea that if I was gonna, you know, trade in my truck and get something different that wasn't Toyota, that I wanted a Frontier. I wanted Nissan. Not only that, but just being honest, the guys there at the dealership, you know, they gave me a deal that I couldn't pass up. They gave me a lot of money for my Tacoma, and it had some problems. The AC wasn't working, the 4x4 wasn't working, had quite a bit of rust. So just, you know, quite a bit of issues. I didn't really want to worry about having to spend a lot of money later on down the road, and it was kind of interfering with my things because I wasn't able to go to the beach or go camping or do the things that I really wanted to do. You know, right now it doesn't have a lift, so it's not where I want it. It doesn't have the look that I want, but we're gonna get there, you know, and that's kind of why I'm doing this video also, because I want to document all the things that I'm gonna do. So I do want to lift it. I do have some other plans that I want to, you know, do to this truck to make it look more off-road, more mean, you know, because it does look just a little too low right now, and I'm just really not used to this. Again, there was a few cons about this truck, which were not having a hitch, not having a lift, the rear camera, not having the trailer connection to be able to connect the trailer, and I'd say that's about it. Those, and also the tailgate, that it doesn't have like the liner on it. Those are my probably my only cons about this truck. Everything else has been a pro. Brings me actually to my next point. This truck here, when I first got it, so when I test drove it, I noticed the steering was very stiff. Also, I noticed that the shifting was kind of weird. But it being a 9-speed, I knew I just wasn't used to that. Never driven a 9-speed in my life. The steering, so at first I was a little concerned. I didn't know if maybe it was like an issue with the power steering and whatnot. I know that they've told me it's the whole drive-by-wire thing that it doesn't have. I had always driven Jeeps before my Tacoma, so, and they were old Jeeps, like 98, 99, 2000. So those still felt a little easier to steer than the Frontier. But I'm gonna be completely honest, I absolutely prefer the steering on the Frontier than that drive-by-wire thing. To be quite honest, it just feels like a truck. It feels better, you know. And now when I drive other vehicles that have that drive-by-wire or steer-by-wire, sorry, I just don't like it. It's just too easy, and I don't like that. You know, I like the stiffness. I like that I feel like I'm more in control of the vehicle because it's not so flimsy and loose when I steer. So I really, really do like the steering. Those are questions that you might have if you're trading in a truck or a car and you're getting a Frontier. You're gonna wonder, hey, is this normal? It is. It's once you get used to it, man, it's so much better. I drive my wife's Pathfinder, and I just don't like it anymore. It's just too easy. The gears, the shifting. So at first I figured, you know, I'm just gonna ignore it. It's just a 9-speed. It's not gonna bother me. For a while, it did bother me. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't like that. You know, if I was driving 20 miles per hour in a school zone, and I'm trying to maintain my speed, it was just constant switch up and down, and I didn't like that. You know, it just, you could feel it, you know, pulling you back when it would downshift. Also, when I brake, I noticed that I gotta kind of let the truck brake for me. And not brake for me, right, but the gears downshifting will slow me down. So these were just things that I need to get used to. To be honest, I used the Frontier for them, and honestly, it was super helpful. Everybody on there is super cool. You know, that's kind of what they told me: new horse, new saddle. And that's absolutely right. You know, now having this vehicle 3 weeks, I love it. And the transmission, I don't know if it's like I said, I'm not used to these new vehicles. I've always had older ones, but I don't know if these computers get used to the way you drive, but the transmission has smoothed out so well. I have no issues with the downshifting. I've gotten so used to the fact that the downshifting slows me down that I'm not so heavy on the brake anymore. This truck can really pick up too. I mean, I don't know if it's the 9-speed or what, but it picks up pretty quick. Like, I'm honestly surprised that it picks up that quick. I'm super excited and curious to take it off-roading. You know, I'm not gonna go crazy, do anything insane, but just kind of take it out to floor it and see just how it goes out in the sand, the mud, things like that, because I'm curious how that 9-speed's gonna work. But I know these are questions that I had, and these are things that I wondered when I first bought this truck. And I know that there's going to be a lot of Tacoma owners, or just any owner of any vehicle that, you know, are getting a Frontier. They're going to think these things too. So it is normal. You know, it's nothing that the truck's messed up. And, you know, again, it drives really nice. It's very smooth. If you gave me a choice to go back to my Tacoma and, you know, have everything fixed that wasn't fixed on it, I wouldn't go back. I'm super happy with this Frontier. Again, I've only had it 3 weeks, right? Probably still in the honeymoon phase, but I think the difference is that when you get something new, it always, you know, feels better because it's new. And after a while, you start to notice the kinks and little quirks that it has, and just things that you maybe don't like, right? This truck is, I tell my wife, every time I drive it, I fall more in love with it. Every time I go somewhere, or I drive it a longer distance, or when I do take it to the beach or do those types of things, I know I'm gonna fall in love with more things, because every time I drive this truck, I fall in love with different things about it. So again, coming from a previous Tacoma, I highly recommend the Nissan Frontier. I think it's a great truck. I think it's very nice, and honestly, I think it's highly reliable. I know everybody gets Tacomas for reliability. You're getting that with Nissan also. And that's pretty much it, guys. This is gonna conclude my video here today. I know it was pretty short. Just wanted to go over, you know, some of the things that I really do like about this truck, and just kind of wanted to answer some questions that I know I had when I was purchasing this truck. And, you know, coming from the Tacoma, I had my concerns, so just kind of wanted to address those concerns for anybody else that might have those. But yeah, be on the lookout, guys. I'm gonna post some more videos. I do a lot of camping with my kids, a lot of fishing. I'm gonna be posting some more videos of that type of stuff, so you can see how this Frontier does out in the sand for camping, things like that. And I will also post videos when I do the lift, when I add, you know, other things. I didn't want to post a video of the hitch. Unfortunately, I got too excited. I ended up just putting it on because I really wanted to just, you know, connect everything and connect to my camper and make sure it was working, because we had a camping trip coming up. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna post some more videos. So if you're curious, or if you're buying a Frontier, stay tuned. I got some more stuff for you, and it's gonna be a little bit more organized, the first video I've ever done, so don't grill me on it too much. I know there's a lot of things I probably messed up on and things that I didn't say right, but probably the nerves of a first video. But again, guys, thanks for watching. Appreciate y'all. Have a good one.